tu formatis kadi ama.
Playing after that. Your Excellency, you may hand over the flag. Makofi kwake. That's makofi tena kwake. Harambee Starlets.
Nashukuru the federation kwa kutupia the support kwa camp. Tumepata everything, hatujakosa chochote, na tunathank pia the government for the support kuleta mafans the time we needed them. Na also Mr. President, naweza sema jani jakuwa rahisi, even though kumekuwa na challenges, but tumefight, hatujangalia hizo challenges venye zinanini. Now for now that we are qualified for the World Cup, na naweza penda kusema like tuko na request Mr. President, na ya kwanza tunaomba kama unaweza provide ya medical cover to all of us, all of the players, to all of the players, the technical bench. Juu unapata time mtu ameumia, mchezaji ameumia, where we are coming from ni a poor background, mzazi haizi afford kulipa the medication. Juu unapata mtu anafaa kwenda surgery, but I believe the surgery inaweza kuwa expensive, so wazazi wetu hawana hiyo pesa hiyo ku afford kulipa. So tunaomba kama unaweza tusaidia na hiyo medical cover, then affordable houses. tunaomba affordable houses, Mr. President. Juu most of us tunatoka kwa ghetto. Unaona, like Mathare, Kibra, Kawangware, na tuseme kuna places zingine crime scenes zinapatikana, so unapata si wachezaji tunaishi huku tunaweza patikana kwa hizo some scenes. So it has not been easy with us. So tunaomba kama unaweza toa huko kwa ugeto to change at least lifestyle.
First is to congratulate the Junior Starlets for their second qualification to World Cup. It's not an easy thing. They've done it for the second time. And Mr. President, the under 17 World Cup is annual. It's an annual event, which means that after the qualifiers, they begin again to preparation for, they go for the qualifiers, they play the World Cup, and then begin the qualifiers again. So it's a lot of work for them. And as they've asked for contract, I'll also kindly ask for contract for my technical bench. Speaking on the issue of under 17, Mr. President, and you'll allow me to address my CS for sports, and I wish that the CS for education was also here. It will be good for us as a government and the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Sports, FKF, Kenya Secondary School Games, to have a collaboration so that we are able to identify good talent, we are able to work on good talent, so that we can have consistency on qualifying. If we can qualify every year, then that means that we are going to be a powerhouse in football in coming few years. And it is very possible, Mr. President. Secondly, Mr. President, si tuna watch World Cup. Kenya iko World Cup kweli? Kenya iko World Cup kweli? But Mr. President, we are watching free-to-air World Cup. My request today here is that you allow our National Broadcasting Corporation at least to get the rights to air the AFCON. It will be good for Kenyans.
We are going to compete at the World Cup. We want to go beyond the group stages. And then now, once we go beyond the group stages, taking a team to the World Cup twice is not easy. So, Mr. President, my first request would be, please see that they have a contract with the government, that they may continue to nurture talent every single day, and World Cup should be a routine for the technical bench.
Watu wenye wametamani kushika hata mkono wa president hawajawahi, but si leo tumeshika, tunasema ni asante. Mr. President, timu yangu tunaenda AFCON, African Cup of Nations, for the second time since 2016. Yeah, I think last AFCON we qualified 2016 as a Kenyan. So now, Mr. President, tunaenda AFCON sisi kama Starlet. Na hao wachezaji wangu pale unawaona, wengi wao pale ni wazazi. Yeah, na nikisema mzazi namaanisha mtu mwenye alijifungua maybe akarudi ball, kitu kama hiyo. So Mr. President, wachezaji wangu hii ni step amemake. Pia sisi naomba utuangalilie kitu. Juu si rahisi. Juu after hapo pia sisi tutakupeleka World Cup. Niko sure. Kitu ingine venye Captain Junior Starlet amesema hapa, ameongea mingi sana. Kwanza tunakushukuru juu hiyo opportunity umetupia na Federation Technical Bench yetu. Wamefanya kazi fiti, si rahisi by the way, Mr. President. Ndio timu iqualify ama ifike penye imefika, au watu wamecheza part kubwa sana. Juu wako na group almost 29 players. Kudeal nao watu si rahisi. Mimi mwenyewe hapa nachoka president. So kama Mr. President unaweza cheza kiwewe. Venye tu ulisema ile siku tukicheza kisisi pia utacheza kiwewe. Please tusikie kilio chetu.
Truly, Your Excellency, sports is a strategic enabler for the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. And that is why before you, from a humble beginning, the two girls have earned a place in the high table. This is not a mean feat. It demonstrates also their hard work, and it demonstrates your enabling environment for them to realize their potential. Your Excellency, these girls and the technical teams here have proved that if you believe in yourself and you believe in your country, you can go places. And this message should go to the naysayers, those who keep propagating, profiling this country negatively. We have before you, Your Excellency, girls from diverse communities who are united through sports, who are profiling our country, not just here, but also abroad. And therefore, this is the spirit, Your Excellency, that we want to work with. And I want to assure you, as a ministry, we will continue to implement with speed the directions on infrastructure, but also to reform policies and legislation to make sports a source of livelihood.
I wish to support the girls by ensuring that we continue to put in structures and continue to put in systems that will continue to enhance the value of their participation in these competitions. Your Excellency, WAFCON is a big deal for us. As the girls head to Morocco on this week, later on this week, they'll be playing the host country on the 26th. They'll be playing Senegal. They will be playing Algeria in the group stages. And as you've heard, that is the group of death. But I want to remind all of us that when we were drawn against the giants of African football during last year's CHAN, we were able to show the rest of the world that Kenya is also a football powerhouse. You remember we went all the way to the quarterfinals, and we managed to make our country proud despite being in the group of death. So I'm very confident to the Starlets, to the Harambee Starlets, that you will be able to succeed come WAFCON later on this month. And Your Excellency, WAFCON for us is so important and critical because it is also World Cup qualifier for the senior team. And not if, God willing, as we say inshallah, when they make it to the semi-finals, they automatically qualify for World Cup for the senior team. I know with the right motivation, this team has the capacity to go all the way to the semi-finals of WAFCON. For the Starlets, so it is a big deal. For the Harambee Junior Starlets, Your Excellency, for the first time, we had a record number of fans. It has never been witnessed at Nyayo Stadium. Over 20,000 people came out in, you saw on the clip, it was amazing, it was phenomenal, and that shows us that football, especially women football, is on the rise. For the first time, Your Excellency, since we took over this administration, the Women Premier League has never had a sponsor, has never had prize money. Courtesy to your intervention through Cape Media, there were sponsors for the FIFA series, which was again the first women FIFA tournament in the world.
The nation was anxious. Coach Cheche, I am sure, noted that. In those first few minutes, the atmosphere was intimidating for everyone. Many teams in that position would have retreated, but you didn't. In the 71st minute, Gaudensha Maloba, a round of applause for her, a young girl from Lindi, here in Kibra, scored the equalizer that changed the direction of the match. From that moment, you did not merely recover, you took control. Won 3-1 on the day and completed a 5-1 aggregate victory and booked your place at FIFA World Cup. That goal carries a lesson far greater than football. It reminds us that when young people are given an opportunity and trusted to perform, they often rise beyond every expectation. Gaudentia rose to the occasion, and I want every young girl watching from all corners of Kenya to know that one day it could be them. There is another story that deserves to be told. Elizabeth Opio, you are only 16 years old and a grade 9 student at Onding Junior Secondary School in Gem, down in Siaya. Every day, you balance your education with football and athletics, competing in both the 200 and the 400 meters. Look at that. There is school on one side, there is football on another side, and there is athletics somewhere. Your journey reminds us that excellence has no age, and that discipline in classroom and discipline on playing field reinforces each other. Elizabeth and Gaudentia are not exceptions. They represent every one of you seated here today, and you are a living proof that Kenya's future is full of promise. None of this, however, happens without leadership. Coach Cheche, tumpigie makofi huyo, and your assistant coaches and your technical bench, congratulations for the leadership you have demonstrated. And my coach here, where is the other good coach here? My dear sister, congratulations again, tumpigie makofi, and your assistant coaches and your technical bench for providing extraordinary leadership. Today, the nation salutes you. You have achieved something no Kenyan football coach, man and woman, has ever achieved. You have guided a national team to FIFA World Cup twice. On behalf of the people of Kenya, nasema asante. I equally applaud every member of the technical bench, the trainers, physiotherapists, and support staff. You are the unsung heroes behind the scenes. 2 years ago, in the Dominican Republic, you faced England, North Korea, and Mexico. Although you lost to England and North Korea, you defeated Mexico, a country with a proud football tradition and previous World Cup successes. This time, this time, I challenge you to aim higher. Aim to qualify from the group stages. Believe that you can compete with anyone FIFA places before you. I know you will. You have reminded me that vile tulifanya na wale wangwana wa Harambee Stars, tufanye hivyo. Si ndio? Sasa na nyinyi tutakubaliana vile tutatembea pamoja. Sawa? I want the Ministry of Sports, the CS is here, and your team to calibrate. You know, we need to tufanye deal na hawa warembo wetu. Wakifanya hivi, tunafanya hivi. Wakifanya hivi, tunafanya hivi. Muniandikie, alafu nikuje nipangane na wao. Sawa sawa? So, si mnajua hata wale jamaa tulipangana na wao. Niliwaambia mkisongesha namna hii, mimi nasongesha namna hii. Mkisongesha namna hii, Bwana President. So, utapanga vile tulipanga wale wengine. Sawa sawa? So, but you promise that you will do your best, right? And I want to promise you that I will be following, and I am very confident that millions of Kenyans will be following. So, asanteni sana. I know this was breakfast. We must not make it longer than this. Asanteni sana. All the other things have been done. I have been briefed by the PS, Elijah there, that all allowances have been paid, and we've made sure that whatever it is that is on the part of government has been done already. He tells me he has already paid out 33 million shillings to make sure that all of us are going the right direction. And if there will be any other additional issues, I will make sure that everybody is taken care of. If there is something that is still outstanding, we will make sure that everybody is taken care of. We want you to play not with a background that there is something outstanding. And I promise you that when all this is done, we will come back here and we will agree on how to go forward. Asanteni sana. Nimewasikiza kwa makini wakati mmezungumza hapa. As daughters of this nation, as our girls. And we are very, very proud of you. We are very, very proud of you. Nimewasikiza vile mmeongea, mumesema tuwashughulikie. Mumesema mambo matatu ya muhimu ambayo nimesikia. Mumezungumzia kuhusu mambo ya afya. Na mumesema mnataka kila mmoja wenu apate nafasi ya kuwa na bima ya afya. Na nakubaliana na nyinyi 100%. Katiba ya Kenya inasema katika sehemu ya 43, afya sio starehe ya wale wanaweza. Afya ni haki ya kila Mkenya. Na kwa sababu hivyo ndio tuko na program ya kuhakikisha kwamba hata wale ambao hawana uwezo mkubwa wa kifedha pia na wao afya yao, matibabu yao inasimamiwa na serikali ya Kenya. Therefore, I want to assure you as you step forward that you will have a cover that will cover everything, including the surgery that you have talked about. We will make sure. And not just for you, also make sure that every parent and every Kenyan has an opportunity for them and their medical cover through our universal health coverage to be covered. And that is the reason why today we have 31.7 million Kenyans registered in SHA. I want to encourage the people of our great nation to listen to Beverly so that we can all move together. Na mumesema ya kwamba mkicheza kama nyinyi na mimi nitafanya nini? Nitacheza kama mimi. Sasa, tugawane hivyo. Nyinyi mkicheza kama nyinyi, I promise you, mimi nitacheza kama mimi. So, twende namna hiyo. Like many of you, I have been following the ongoing FIFA World Cup with very great interest, by the way. One story has particularly inspired me. Cape Verde, a nation of barely 600,000 people, stood shoulder to shoulder with some of football's biggest names, including Spain, Uruguay, and Argentina. They reminded the world that courage can neutralize reputation and belief can overcome pedigree. I want you girls to carry this lesson with you. To every girl watching us from Game in Siaya, Kibra in Nairobi, Amalemba in Kakamega, Tarbach in Wajir, Bamba in Kilifi, or from Lokichar in Turkana, hear this clearly. Where you come from does not determine where you can go. Talent is not confined to big cities. Greatness is not for a privileged few. It can emerge from every village, every school, every county. Dream boldly, work relentlessly, and when opportunity comes, be ready. Ladies and gentlemen, this achievement is not an accident, and it must not be a one-off, as we have been told here. We must make it the usual rather than the exception. Nations that consistently excel in sports invest in young people long before the world knows their names. That is exactly what Kenya is doing. At the grassroots, more than 10,000 young athletes are currently enrolled in structured development programs run through our schools, county governments, and the Kenya Academy of Sports. Elizabeth Opio, Godensia Maloba, and Brenda Awor are products of that deliberate investment. They were identified through the Kenya Schools Sports Association and Kenya. Some of you come from informal settlements, and we all understand the indignity of living in informal settlements. There is no running water, there is no toilet, proper toilet. Sometimes you have to pay to use the toilet. There are no proper roads, there is no proper connection to electricity, and all the other things. And that level of indignity dehumanizes people. And when I hear you say that you want us to get you out of the slums to proper and decent living conditions, it goes beyond what you're saying. You are saying something very, very profound. Not just you, no Kenyan should live in those kind of conditions. And it is the reason why we have done whatever we could to roll out the most comprehensive housing program in Kenya. So, Beverly and your team, it is not you that we want, and those who live in the slums, that we want to get you out of the slums. We want to get rid of the slums, because no Kenyan deserves to live in squalor. So, vile umeniuliza, ndivyo tutafanya. Sio peke yake kuwaondoa ninyi vile mmeniuliza kutoka slums, lakini pia kuondoa kabisa slums yenyewe, so that pale tujenge manyumba ambayo itakuwa inatosha mwananchi wa Kenya kuishi mahali kuna maji, kuna stima, kuna barabara, kuna usafi, because that is the command we have from the Constitution of Kenya. And therefore, this morning, you've spoken to me beyond your circumstances. You are just reminding the nation that there are people who live in dehumanizing conditions, and we must do everything in our power. And I want to promise you, Beverly, as I promise every other Kenyan, that I will do my very best to make sure that we build as many houses as possible, and God willing, in the very near future, between 15 and 20 years, there will be nobody living in a slum. By God's grace. Our commitment goes beyond infrastructure. Last year alone, the government of Kenya spent 4.5 billion Kenya shillings to support our national teams, covering accommodation, kits, allowances, and logistics, so that our athletes can train and compete in dignity. To our junior starlets, very soon you will walk onto a football pitch in Morocco. The Kenyan flag will be played. And just before kickoff, each one of you will place your hand over the badge on your jersey. Our national anthem will be played. In that moment, remember this, that badge is bigger than football. It carries the dreams of millions of Kenyans. It carries the pride of an entire nation. Go and make history once again. Mtafanya hivyo? Beverly, mko tayari? Mko tayari, eh? Very good. Manamali, are you ready? Or the WAFCON? Mtafanya bidii? Very good. Harambee Starlets and Junior Starlets, let me remind you of what you have just accomplished, in case you are not fully sunk in. You have qualified for the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup for the second time in history. Congratulations, Junior Starlets. Pongezi. And for our Harambee Starlets, you've qualified to participate in WAFCON. Again, congratulations. You are going to Morocco to wear the colors of Kenya on the biggest stage in world football. There is no greater honor for any sportsman or woman than representing your motherland before the world. Congratulations. The people of Kenya, I must say, are incredibly proud of you. Congratulations. Equally, I want to congratulate the Harambee Starlets, who also are here with us, as I have said, for qualifying for the 2026 Women Africa Cup of Nations, which takes place again in Morocco from the 25th of July to 16th August 2026. The country is truly proud of your achievements, and we shall be cheering you on as you represent us at the continental level. As you head to Morocco to represent our nation, you carry the hopes and the pride of every Kenyan. And we wish you every success on this journey. I want to tell you why this morning matters not only to me, but also to every Kenyan and every Kenyan watching. Extraordinary achievements are rarely born from extraordinary circumstances. They are born from ordinary people who simply refuse to surrender when the odds are against them. Let us go back to Sunday. At Nyayo Stadium, because it tells us everything about who Junior Starlets are. At halftime, the Junior Starlets were 1 goal down to South Africa. The stadium was tense. The nation was anxious. Coach Cheche, I am sure, noted that. In those first few minutes, the atmosphere was intimidating for everyone. Many teams in that position would have retreated, but you didn't. In the 71st minute, Gaudensha Maloba, a round of applause for her, a young girl from Lindi, here in Kibra, scored the equalizer that changed the direction of the match. From that moment, you did not merely recover, you took control. Won 3-1 on the day and completed a 5-1 aggregate victory and booked your place at FIFA World Cup.